Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Perry, and with me, it's the other host, Eric the Whiskey Mutant. He's dabbing. He did a dab, everybody. Look at him.
I'm a dabber. I'm a dabber.
You're a dabbing dad.
Oh, Lord.
That's our new podcast.
Dabbing dads?
Dads who dab. All kinds of dabs.
All kinds of dabs. What?
We'll do whatever kind of dab we can.
We'll do all the dabs.
Look at me. I'm a dabber. Whatever.
Yabba dabba doer.
That's good.
Yeah.
We should do something with that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right.
Next
cool.
podcast.
We
this
wanna,
one.
Yeah. Before we get too far into anything, we want to remind everybody that our new mascot is here with us. He's on screen, as you can see, too. Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse.
Oh, yeah. I
has joined the family.
Yeah, Willie.
We're very... Oh, Pete, you've never been a mascot. But we're super happy to have Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse along for the ride. He's still a little shy, so he's not going to be making a talking appearance, but he's got the boat.
Yeah. He's got the whole boat. He's
got the boat.
He's just driving around the floor here.
He's got the steamboat.
That's what everybody forgets. He's Steamboat Willie. You have to give him the boat.
He's got to have the boat.
He's not Steamboat Willie if he doesn't have the boat. There you go.
Oh, he's gone for now.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he'll be back later.
See ya. He'll come back. Don't worry.
I forgot he needed the boat.
He's always got the boat.
Oh, we're two silly boys this week, mostly because Eric's drinking again.
Yeah, baby.
He's off the wagon.
Took 2 weeks off.
He's feeling real good.
You don't know why I did that.
Oh, I'm just happy that we're not drinking an alcohol substitute this week because, boy, howdy.
With a fake burn.
Nobody listened to it. and also, it was torture. But, maybe I did give a little bit too much away, but still... What the heck? Like,
spoiler alert. It sucks.
Nobody wanted to listen to us, drink bad stuff.
I said on the Patreon stuff that if nothing else, you realize that it's not as easy just to go buy a alcohol-free bourbon or whiskey or, alternative, I guess I should say, and just be okay with it. It's a challenge. And I went through a 2-week challenge just testing it out. And I'm happy to be here right now.
And you basically got cucked last week.
All week. I've been cucked for like 2 weeks.
You've been edging and cucking.
Yeah. Bourbon cucked. Not the other cucked.
Yeah. But you're here.
Here?
We're here.
The palate is 100%.
I could have done without that noise, but... Oh, great. Now I have to hear that 4 times. 5, 6, whatever. I don't know. But we are happy that you are here. And if you want to get more of us, you can head to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. Support the show for as little as $1 a month. For as little as $5 a month, there's bonus content that's over there, including the pregame chats that come out before every episode. And a bonus episode that comes out every Monday. And you get early access to barrel picks. You get the uncut version of this episode. Did I say that already?
You say it again.
I'll say it again. The uncut version of this episode. Where you can hear me cough to death almost.
Well, they want to hear all of you.
You can hear all of it.
All of it.
And that's also where you're going to find out first hand. Yeah, that. About our plans for this year's This Is My Bourbon Podcast weekend, 2024. All those plans, everything that we've got in mind for it, the special guests for the live show, the plans that we have. I think I've said plans like 8 times.
The plan.
The plans.
Stick to the plan.
The plans.
Stick to the plan.
Anyway, yes, patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. Go support the show and support your boys.
Support us.
More on how to support the show later. But in the meantime, we normally kick off the show with Flying Blind or Sips and Snacks.
I'm going to blind you.
Ooh. I like
Close your eyes.
Every now and then I get a little bit... Oh, wait.
Close your eyes.
That's not the right...
Close enough.
I'm not exactly closing my eyes. I'm turning around and looking at your...
Don't peek.
I'm not. I'm looking at your big box of empty whiskey bottles.
Turn around.
All right. Every now and then. There we go.
Every now and then. All right, Flying Blind, baby. See what you got.
Smells kind of like the coffee we've been drinking.
Yeah. Oh, it kind of does.
A little bourbony, little milk chocolatey.
Smells good.
It really does kind of smell like holidays.
Holiday.
This is the musical episode of Tim Bip.
Yes, it smells so good.
Yeah. I think it's a bourbon.
Okay.
It's from Kentucky.
Okay.
I think it's about 100, 110 proof.
Okay.
8-ish years old.
Okay.
Not finished.
No.
Yeah. But I was wrong on everything else.
It is a bourbon.
Yeah.
It is from Kentucky.
Yeah.
It is not the proof you said.
Okay.
It is 8 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, wow. Nailed that on the nose.
And it is definitely not finished. I don't know when the next finished whiskey I will buy.
I don't know. Dink it and sink it. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. He's thinking. So what now that you've tried it, what would you think the proof is? It's not 110.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite 120, but I think it's in my heart of hearts. I think it's like 116, 118, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Is it higher than that?
It's lower.
Really?
Lower.
112?
Lower.
111.
Lower.
Wait, I said 100 or 110.
Lower.
107?
Lower.
101.
Lower. It's under 100 proof.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. This is 90 proof.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I promise.
That's insane.
I got a little sample of this before I got to, and I just opened the bottle.
Just now?
Just now.
What the heck is this? You're not going to tell me?
Secret. No, I'm joking. We were drinking some of this similar stuff on the pregame. This is a Buffalo Trace pick. This is the newest Ernie's Buffalo Trace pick.
That drink's so much higher than 90 proof.
Right?
I would not be surprised if you told me this was Mash Bill 2.
I don't know.
From Buffalo Trace instead of the Mash Bill 1.
I got to try a little bit of it, and then I just opened my bottle.
Did you just get this pick?
Yep, yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you've been cucking yourself.
Yes. Yes, that's all I've done. But on the pregame chats, I got to try Traveler's whiskey?
Yeah, Traveler whiskey from old Chris Stapleton.
And we side-by-sided that with normal old Buffalo Trace, and we'll let you listen to that if you haven't. I won't spoil anything, but I already had this in the bag over here to let you try on Flying Blind, and it's surprisingly different than normal Buffalo Trace.
It really is.
And it does taste at least 115 to 120 proof.
Yeah. The finish is insane.
The finish is crazy for a 90 proof Buffalo Trace. And it is not the normal cherry, cola, all that. It's very, like you said, it's coffee and
that's why
chocolate.
I think it might be Mash Bill 2.
Maybe it is. I don't know the details on it. I just know.
Ask Justin. Ask him right now.
I don't. He's working probably.
Might text. I've seen those people on their phones.
Yeah, it's true. I've seen them on their phones at the cash register.
I've been there. I see what they do.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, man.
And sorry, nobody messaged me to get one because they have to split these between their other store in Corbin, and there's pretty much none left.
Corbin's like an hour away from here.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
And they got the majority of it, and they got a few cases.
Yeah.
So
I've never been to the Corbin store. I've always meant to.
Well, I've been there once.
Have you?
Mm.
I might do it this summer, like on the way back from vacation or something.
Yeah, they get the same picks and everything. They split them, but sometimes the Corbin store will get some different allocations because they sell more of certain stuff there. So
gotcha.
Either way, yeah.
Well, I'm going to ask you this question, but I think we already kind of covered it. What have you been drinking recently?
Well, a lot of water,
a lot of coffee.
I did have another one of the zero proof beers, the Bud Light ones. When I was watching let me tell you, trying to go no alcohol during football season. Now that's a cuck. The Bills were playing the Dolphins, and I was drinking no alcohol, and I was acting like that Budweiser Zero wasn't like the best thing ever. I was like, this is it.
It probably was.
Yeah. So yeah, that was
like,
that's all I've had.
It was like a sugar cookie to a heroin addict.
Normal stuff and Budweiser Zero. So sorry, I'm boring, but
that's fine.
But not anymore.
Well, I've been, also taking it kind of light. But Dane's birthday was last Friday.
Did you like my presents?
Well, you tell me based on the video that I sent you. You got to watch the video version for Eric's recreation of how Dane may or may not have liked his big bag of goodies that he got last week. So I brought a bottle of McKenna to kill with him and Dad.
Nice.
So we all had a little bit of that last week. What else have I done?
Wasn't it Bullet that he got really crazy on when, like, was it your bachelor party or something? Or there was something you were at Beaumont and he was drinking a bunch of Bullet?
No, that was that was a kind of like engagement present.
Oh, okay.
No, at the Beaumont, Dad, Dane, and I went and we did a tasting with Dixon. And of course, it was mostly like barrel proof stuff.
Yeah.
And Dane doesn't really drink that much bourbon.
Right.
So we did the whole tasting with Dixon. And he threw up in the bathroom.
Nice.
And it was to celebrate him getting married, or it was not really a bachelor party, but it was a pre-wedding present, I guess. But he went and threw up. He threw up in the bathroom at dinner. He went up to our room and rested for a little while, and I was like, I want to go hang out on the. It's one of my favorite things to do. Go to the front porch of the Beaumont Inn, smoke cigars, and drink bourbon. I was like, Dad, you got to come with. Dane's not gonna. He's not coming back. He's done.
He's gone.
He's done for the night. And Dad was like, okay, I'll come down for a little while. And we're sitting there enjoying our drinks, and out of nowhere, Dane pops back up on the front porch, and he's got this just goofy smile on his face. We're like, hey!
God. He's back, baby.
And he lasted another maybe 10 minutes, and then he went back up to bed. And Dad was done by like 11. I was up until like 2.
Yeah.
I think I smoked multiple cigars that night too. Oh, it was good. I needed to just like get away and have a little bit of time, even if like everybody else had gone to bed at the same kind of like normal hour, I still would have been like, I'm hanging out.
Gotcha. Well, okay. Well, for some reason I thought Bullet for something like.
Well, I had Bullet. I had Bullet at my. Oh, you know what it is? There we go. The day of my wedding.
Okay.
I had a bottle of Bullet for all of us because that was like my bourbon.
Yeah.
At the time, just the 90 proof Frontier bourbon, whatever. We were all. I was sitting around with my groomsmen, and we were just drinking.
Okay, that's
Bullet
what it was
before, and Sarah comes in to see us before she gets ready, and she sees that we're all sitting there drinking bourbon. She looks at Dane and goes, I didn't know you drank bourbon. Without breaking eye contact, he shot the like 2 ounces that he had in his glass, and he starts going
Oh, Lord. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was good.
Okay.
It was very good. So yeah, that was that story.
That's what it was. Okay.
But I guess really the only other thing that I've been drinking on that is different or noteworthy. Old Route 8. Augusta Distillery Traditional Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
So tell me more about Augusta.
Well, I can't. Because there's not really much to be told. They've only been around since like 2022, 23. Obviously, this is sourced.
Right.
We don't know where from. The leading theory is that it's probably Beam or Barton. But I'm curious what you think about it.
Heard a lot of good things.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those. I mean, we had the
Buckners.
The Buckners.
Yeah, the 13-year-old. I didn't know that there were 15-year-old single barrels out there too.
Really?
Yeah.
There's not too many things around that would.
See, that's why I think it's got to be Beam.
It smells like Jim Beam.
It reminds me more of Jim Beam than it does Barton, for sure.
Okay, it smells like Knob Creek to me. It smells like
a younger Knob Creek.
A younger Knob Creek bag. Because there's no like Banana Foster. There's no. It's definitely peanutty. It's got a funky Beam note on there, like a younger Beam. Oh, not bad.
It's really good.
That tastes like a Booker's.
It's more expensive than Booker's.
That tastes better than two of those Bookers that we tried recently.
Yeah.
What
are you cooking?
Let me get some.
What are you cooking?
Let me get some.
He's cooking. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let me side by side.
So what you've got here is the Born to Kill 1792 foolproof pick.
Yes.
From Oak and Thieves, right?
Yes. This is a 1792 foolproof, like Perry just said. And part of me started thinking that it tasted similar to this.
I don't know, man. Okay. They're pretty dang close.
Yes. On the nose, they're a little different, but the palate, they're kind of similar.
Remarkably similar.
But how much was this?
$120.
Oh, boy. That's a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's good. Would I like to see that around $75?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I imagine they're trying to make some of their money back.
Yeah, I can
from
see
the
that.
investment of
Probably
buying
get
barrels.
their own stuff.
What I was looking up rather was the comparison in mash bills between Jim Beam and Barton. I mean, that's just one of those things I don't really have stored in my brain. Jim Beam's mash bill is 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. Barton's is 74% corn, 18% rye, and 8% malted barley. I think, the Barton one is more of an estimate than it is a sure thing.
Yeah.
But that's not that far off from the Beam mash bill.
Yeah, I think it could be either one.
Doing these side by side, I think I'm more inclined to say that this is Barton.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't be surprised if it came out that this was Beam.
Either way, it's good.
Jim Beam.
A little bit expensive, but it's good.
Distilled and aged in Bardstown, Kentucky. Well, we could have just looked on the back of the bottle.
Okay. It's Heaven Hill.
And we're both wrong. Just about everything.
Either way. That was fun.
Yeah. I had fun. Did you?
I love drinking bourbon.
That's just the slogan for the show. This is my Bourbon Podcast. We love drinking bourbon.
Exactly.
That's really funny. This is my Bourbon Podcast is brought to you by Monkey Cult Coffee Company.
Damn, this is good.
Eric, I got to tell you, I have been wanting to be sponsored by a coffee company for basically the entire time that the podcast has been around. And when the opportunity came around to be sponsored by Monkey Cult, I jumped right the heck on it, man.
Well, you introduced me to this, and first off, the packaging. Friggin' amazing. Looks awesome. This looks like a very Whiskey Mutant type style.
Oh, 100%.
And then you made me some, and I'm very impressed.
Now, and one of the things that you and I talked about before we agreed to the sponsorship as well is, are we flavored coffee people? And the answer is
no.
Not really. No, not really. But there is a really nice balance between the actual coffee flavor of Monkey Cult and their flavored coffees. We are particularly drinking on right now the bourbon chocolate chip flavored coffee.
That's us. Bourbon chocolate chip?
100% of the way.
All day. And like I was saying earlier, like this does not taste artificial. Like that's what I hate about the flavored coffees that we've had before. They taste fake. And this is just like a hint of bourbon, hint of chocolate chip, and you still get like that coffee taste that you just need to like get you going like, this is great.
Yes. Monkey Cult is also locally owned and sourced. They use 100% Arabica beans from around the world. Great layered yet subtle flavor profiles, for coffee drinkers and caffeine addicts everywhere. There are a bunch of different flavors that they have. Like we said, bourbon chocolate chip, toasted coconut rum, and golden honey agave. They also have some other products too that they sell.
I'm already on their Instagram right now thinking of what I want. So send me some more stuff.
And if you yourself, dear listener or viewer of this My Bourbon Podcast, would like to check out the cult itself, you can head to monkeycultcoffee.com and at checkout, use the code MyBourbonPod10. That is MyBourbonPod10 for 10% off your order. Once again, MyBourbonPod10. You're getting great coffee, you're supporting a wonderful business, and you're supporting your boys at This My Bourbon Podcast. And also, the cult gives back. They support National Pediatric Cancer Foundation. If you want to learn more about that, you can head to nationalpcf.org. But we say thank you so much to Matt and the gang over at Monkey Cult Coffee Co. for supporting the show. Thank you for checking out Monkey Cult. And when you buy their coffee, you can join the cult.
Bourbon conspiracies. Dum, dum, dum.
So what Eric's referring to here, this is something I wanted to talk about, and we're going to drink a little bit of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof while we talk about it. But this
is C921, or is it C920, or is it
batch 18 of C921?
Batch A2401-1703. Because that's what it says on the back.
First of all, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Me? Or
yes, you.
Okay.
They're not going to respond.
Well, I mean, they send us messages really fast.
That is true, and I mean it's something that you could respond to as well if you feel like it. Leave us a comment, or maybe a barrel ring.
Yeah, tell us your bourbon.
I don't think we have a barrel ring this week.
What?
I don't think we do.
Our usuals left
we don't have a barrel ring this week.
I'm disappointed.
That just hit me.
I'm disappointed.
I'm sad.
That smells good. I'm disappointed. We have two people that try to claim to be the barrel ring kings, and you both failed. If you want to leave a barrel rings right now, and we'll play it next episode, and you can be better than the people that normally call in, leave a voicemail at 859-428-8253.
Nice little mid-episode plug for the barrel rings. That's a segment where people call in or text us, and they get
they get to be on the show.
They get to be on the show.
You're on the show. Your third co-host for like 1 minute.
Maybe, if we last that long.
True.
Anyway. So what I was going to ask you is, how do you feel about searching for particular bottles or batches based on laser codes? Because some people think it's taking the piss out of like bourbon collecting.
I will 100% say I've never went into a store and looked at a laser code.
Yeah, I have.
I haven't. Like, I don't know enough about the laser codes to do it. I literally, one time I had it was my, the Van Winkle 10 year that we finished at last year's meetup.
Oh, yeah.
I saw something online that was like saying like, I heard that it was actually Pappy Van Winkle 15, and if the laser code says this, and I went and checked the laser code on it. I know that for a little while, wasn't Rare Breed like looking at the
That's
laser
what I was
code?
going to talk about.
I remember that one, but I didn't. I don't think I went and searched the laser codes, but I read about it and I knew about it.
Guilty. You read about it?
I mean,
How the mighty have fallen.
that was a couple of years ago.
Before the swift decline of
that's when
the
I
mutant.
first started my Instagram, and like I was trying to be cool.
Yeah, I still remember that laser code too. It was LL/GC.
So what were you looking for?
Okay, so this was 2019 that this happened.
Was it before like the proof change or something like that?
No.
Or after the proof change?
No,
When did they change proof?
They changed proofs in like 2018, I think.
Okay.
Maybe earlier than that. I don't remember off the top of my head. Anyway,
I will put that on my homework of research.
there we go. That you won't do.
Yeah.
What had happened was, they were putting out a lot of 8-year-old stock for, it's coming to me. Nope, I'm losing it. Matthew McConaughey's.
Oh.
Long Branch.
Long Branch.
There we go.
That's what they called me in high school.
Long and thin.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A little stick.
Come here, Long Branch.
Come here, Long Branch. Get over here.
Anyway, they were putting out a lot of 8-year-old stock, which normally would have gone into Rare Breed.
Right.
And because so much of that was going to this particular product, they needed something else to kind of fill out the flavor of Rare Breed at the time. So they were putting in, I think, like, they were putting in like their normal 6-year-old stuff, but then they were also putting in 13, 15-year-old bourbon, like into that specific batch just to get it out. From what I remember, I could be a little bit off. But I mean, I remember tasting it side by side with other Rare Breed batches and being like, yeah, there is a significant difference here.
Yeah.
And so any chance I got, I was buying LLGC.
So you were
bottles of
grabbing
Rare
the
Breed.
bottle and you had to look at the laser code.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I've not really like done that with any kind of intention since.
Yeah.
Anytime that I've really done it after that has been really particularly with Wild Turkey 101 batches, because I'll have had like a particularly good batch.
Yeah, I want that one.
And or just kind of like not hunting for it, but if I walk into a store and I see that there's one of that particular batch on the shelf, I'll pick that one up.
Right.
But I mean, I drink enough Turkey 101 that it doesn't really matter that much to me.
You open a new bottle and you go, what the?
Yeah. No, I had one like that over the summer at one point. I'd taken a bottle on like vacation with us, and it was more special, it felt like, than what the normal Turkey 101 is. Anyway,
So tell us about the current laser code
let's
situation.
talk about the current laser code situation that's happening with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923. Apparently, and this is not just me saying it based on internet comments or whatever, Bourbon Junkies did a video on it. I'm pretty sure that Drums and Drams did one as well.
Did Brad Minnick do one on it?
I don't think so. Why?
Yeah, I'll just have to text him about it.
Oh, you're texting him now?
No.
That's what I thought. No. There is a marked difference between two different laser code batches of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923, the 13-year-old Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And I mean, I can't speak to it. I can only say, both the bottles that I've had of it have been very good.
Do you know the laser codes?
No, I don't.
I kind of want somebody to send us samples from each laser code.
Do you think Dan and Sean would?
Probably, if you ask them.
Do you
tell them I'll give them a Snickers bar. Can we ask them?
Yeah. I'm not saying they wouldn't respond to me. I'm just saying they would respond to you more. What are you doing? Do you even Instagram, bro? No, just do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Instagram, and I get spammed by Texas whiskey fans. I make one little meme about Texas whiskey, and everybody comes after me.
But the insane thing is just how, you were getting it from all angles because of that post, too. It wasn't just Texas whiskey. It was Bills fans. It was finished whiskey fans. It was just so funny to me.
I was like... Somebody was like, you probably haven't even had Texas whiskey. How many times on this show have we tried Texas whiskey?
There was a period where it was twice a month.
I mean, that's all people would send me. I've had Texas whiskey and I still don't like it. Still Awesome was okay. Yeah, okay. Anyway, keep going.
Anyway. So it just kind of has brought this conversation to the community, I guess, of what are they doing differently if there is, if there are two different batches going around. What is the difference between them and why are they even doing it? I mean, I feel like the answer is, if you're just asking why, the answer is well, don't you think it's because they want to keep putting out this batch that is making them a lot of money? You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, there's two other things that come to mind with it. The first one is this the first time that they've ever done this?
Or have they always done this?
That's what I'm saying. And does it devalue this original batch of the first ever 13-year-old Elijah Craig Barrel Proof?
But technically, it's still 13-year-old Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, right?
Well, yeah, but if it's to be believed,
if it's all
that
the
it's
same,
two different batches,
right? So they would need to clarify batch 0.1, batch
exactly.
0.2. Heaven Hill, you got some. Have they said anything about this? They ain't going to.
No, of course they wouldn't. Why would they?
They don't give a fuck.
No.
They're they bought it.
I mean, but honestly, I don't even know if I really do.
I mean,
I really don't know if I care, because
I think I don't care, but at the same time, it honestly makes me a little bit, it makes me a little bit more curious and excited, and it sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's almost like
more than anything,
Bigfoot, UFOs, stuff like that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Heaven Hill.
Were they listening when you said make bourbon fun again?
They were. Heaven Hill.
But that was it. That was the only. They were the only ones who listened when Eric said, "Make bourbon fun again." And then everybody else decided that's a great thing that people are saying. We should make bourbon fun again.
Heaven Hill.
Maybe you should get back on the wagon. I liked you better when you didn't drink.
As of January 12th, Heaven Hill is my favorite distillery right now because they made bourbon fun again. They put this out there, and they made people start buying multiple bottles of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and comparing them, and that sounds fun to me.
Yeah. But I mean, genuinely, I would like to know or try them side by side and see if there's any remarkable difference.
Yeah, but you bring up a good point. It's like if we went back and had multiple bottles of the same batch,
Yeah.
would we find some other ones that were like that?
Maybe.
What made people look at this laser code?
I don't know. That's the weird thing. Like, I think.
How did this start?
I don't know, man. I think actually Cameron from Drams and Drums kind of kickstarted the whole thing. But I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. I don't know.
Does he ever play drums on his live stream?
I don't think so. But I don't think Mash and Drum does either.
I think I would rather see a drum off.
I played music on my stream last night.
But I'm saying, if you're going to put drums...
I actually played a song.
If you're going to put drums in your name, I think you should do a drum. You should play drums every once in a while.
I thought you didn't watch the stream last night.
I haven't.
How'd you know that I played a song?
Because you said last week, you said you were going to start incorporating songs into
I said I would do it every now and then, maybe.
When you say
I didn't mean I was going to do it the next week.
When you say you're going to do something, you do it.
That is true.
I know you too much.
That is true.
But yeah, I kind of want to see somebody playing drums while they're reviewing.
I'm thinking about chopping my right arm off.
While they're what, REO Speedwagon style?
No, Def Leppard.
Def Leppard.
What has 7 arms and sucks?
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard.
I'm sending out a challenge to all drumming whiskey reviewers. You have to review a whiskey while playing a drum solo. I'm saying it right here, right now. I want to see it.
Dude, it's really good. Dude, I'm getting notes of pecans.
No, put it out there. It's a challenge. Whiskey Mutant challenges the drummers of whiskey.
Triangle time. Ding, 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 ding. I'm getting a little bit of orange, maybe a little bit of lemon.
I don't care if you're using, whatever percussion instrument you want to use. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. Show me a drumming review.
You turn around in your chair. You're on a swivel seat, and you turn around.
Down,
and
you're like Tommy Lee.
you got a timpani and a second camera, and you're like, boom, 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 boom. Anyway, that's why I think Penelope Light whiskey is the best bet.
I want to see it. Show me.
Jason.
But I mean, I
know Jason is listening.
I'll give them something. First person who does it, I will give them samples of stuff or a bottle of something I picked or something. It's all on you guys now. Spread the word. If they ain't listening or watching, tell them.
The finish is a little light.
Exactly. I want to see this. I want to see a drum solo whiskey review. You're going to put drum in your name. You're going to have to do it. I'm just saying. I'm the whiskey mutant. I've literally mutated stuff with whiskey, pouring it on snacks. I want to see some drumming reviews. A drumming review. It's on you guys now. It's on you guys. Listener, Jason, Cameron, who's going to do it first?
Whoever.
Yeah, drumming review.
Yeah. I guess that means I have to do one while I play guitar.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you got to change your name to Strings and Things. Chords and Pores.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, Chords and Pores.
Guitars and what?
Amps and Dramps.
Oh, man. This has been fun.
So, bourbon conspiracies are fun.
Yeah.
There's always a new one. that comes out, and I've yet to figure out the one before. So
I've had the perfect mix of enough bourbon and enough coffee.
I know, right? It's like you're hyper and you're chill.
My brain,
the downers.
My brain's operating at exactly 100 miles per hour.
110, baby.
Less bourbon, more coffee.
And then it's like more bourbon, less coffee.
Life's about balance, people. That's like the I don't know if I ever talked about this on the show. I don't think I did. But we were going to like tailgate or something, and maybe we were going out of town. I don't remember. But we had to stop and get coffee, and we just stopped at Starbucks. And
you know where I would have stopped at? Monkey Colt. Yeah, Monkey Colt coffee.
My Bourbon Pod 10. Losing it. But I was sitting there in the parking lot waiting for Lucy to come back with our coffee order, and I watched a guy in the passenger seat. It was like his mom was driving him to Starbucks, and he crushed a Bud Light in the passenger seat.
Before his coffee?
Before his coffee.
Lord.
On a Saturday at like 8 a.m.
Well, you know, that sounds like Kentucky, baby.
I had a good tweet about it.
Oh, crushing it.
Anyway. You want to review something?
Let's review something.
Speaking of Heaven Hill and their barrel proof batches, get this out of here.
Oh, sorry. Jeez.
No, come back.
Oh, I actually come back.
No, anyway, we're reviewing Larceny A124.
Ooh, coming right off the back of one of our favorite.
This better be good.
Of 2023.
My favorite.
Yeah. One of my favorites.
2023.
Your favorite.
I really hope this is good. I hope that they have continued the upward trend of knowing what to do with this particular bourbon.
I feel like they've been on the right track the last couple of batches.
I think so too, but you know, every batch is a new day.
And
a day is a winding road.
And all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon.
From Texas.
And good whiskey is not from Texas.
If you're worth your salt, you know it.
And you know what?
Don't at me.
Send me another message, because that's what they all do. I got plenty of room in my inbox.
I just cannot get over the fact that is what pissed people off the most.
Leave Texas whiskey alone. I mean, come on.
You know what was even better than what you actually posted was the ones that you didn't post that you sent me.
Yeah, y'all didn't see the good ones.
I'm not even going to say them.
Oh, they're good, though.
Yeah, they're really funny. I genuinely cannot believe that Free Spirits found. Anyway, sorry. We're getting too in the weeds. So this is another 6 to 8 year old blend of wheated bourbon.
Yes.
124.2 proof, still $65 MSRP.
Keeping it.
Has not changed. Looking at you, bookers. Bookers.
Smells like bourbon bread pudding.
I was going to say brown sugar.
That's, yeah.
But I think it's a little alcohol forward.
No, it's a bourbon bread pudding from Winchell's, because they make their drizzle with Maker's Mark, and they put a lot of it in there.
Yes, they do.
It's very alcohol forward.
Alcohol.
No.
Alcohol.
Alcohol? No, it's...
That's Western Kentucky. That's not Eastern.
Alcohol.
That's Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah, it's brown sugar. It's bread pudding, but it is very like, it's got some, alcohol proof to it.
It's very reminiscent of, and I think actually a lot of what I'm focusing on is the oak.
Yeah.
I think the oak is very prominent. It reminds me a lot of being in a wreck house and just having bourbon swirling around you in the air.
That. Yeah, not too bad.
No, I'm not upset about it.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed.
Whew.
Whoa.
That's a thick boy. What's the age on that?
6 to 8.
That tastes.
That drink's like 15.
Yeah, that's thick. It's like it's got legs. It's thick.
It's very viscous. The finish is ridiculous.
The finish is where it's at. I'll be honest.
Oh, I think up front the palate is great too.
It's good, but the finish is. Damn. There's
Nickelodeon. Coming up later. Hey Arnold.
Oh God, football head.
Right now it's Cat Dog. God. One fine day with a wolf and a poor baby was born in a good.
Cat dog. Cat dog. Cat dog.
But I forgot problem.
You get me distracted. I can't even think of what I was going to say.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's the coffee.
I love cat dog. I don't know. There's like having so many. I mean, even I've got some of the earlier batches over there that I didn't even realize I had.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's like night and day.
There is like, it's like you go in the earlier batches and it's almost like just straight, kind of just barrel proof. There's not a lot of like flavor. It's hot. And then you
really corny.
Yeah. Then you kind of go into like the recent ones and it's like, okay, this is well-rounded. It could beat some of the older wheated bourbons. And now it's almost like, let's make this feel like an older wheated bourbon.
Yeah.
I don't know if the palate is like the flavors I'm getting or the notes I'm getting are going to blow the previous batch away, but the feeling I get, if that makes sense, the feeling like in my mouth, like makes me feel like I'm drinking a 15-year-old wheated bourbon.
Yeah.
It just feels good.
It really does.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It tastes good. I'm not gonna lie and say it all that, but it feels good. It feels better than anything. It just feels good on my tongue, on my mouth.
If we ever had like a mouthfeel category, it's like a 5.
Yeah. It tastes good. It just feels better. It just coats. And man, I like this.
Yeah.
They are not backstepping on this. Like
no.
They're just keeping it going.
That's what's the most exciting thing for me is they whatever formula they needed to figure out, they have figured out. And you know, everything that they were putting out in that first like couple of years with Larceny Barrel Proof was like middle grade.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Yeah.
And all they really needed to do was figure out what their base should be and then just elevate it from there. I would be surprised if this didn't have anything older than 8 years old in it. Or if this weren't from the top floor of the Rick House.
I was going to say, they've either put some older stuff in it or found something that was just straight up like, this tastes, you know, even.
Which, honestly, if you're going to put out a younger wheated bourbon, I'm not opposed to it being mid to top Rick, you know, because it wheat inherently, you know, doesn't have a flavor that is imparted to bourbon. So if they're trying to do something more with it, you really want to elevate the, you know, the barrel characteristics of it.
Well, we've said it about 100 times that wheated bourbon at a younger age is definitely hard to like get right than it is when you let it age. Yeah. And I don't know, this is a sweet spot. Whatever's in this, whatever ages are in this is phenomenal.
Dude, I got to be honest with you. This might be better than C923.
I mean, I'm having just the feel alone is making me feel better about it, and I like C923.
Does that mean this is automatically my best bourbon of 2024?
Yeah,
I don't know. Right now,
better than Traveler.
It's better than Traveler.
Yeah,
and it's better than Free Spirits bourbon alternative or Ritual, whatever the crap.
Don't get him started. Dude, it just feels thick and viscous and I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's bread pudding in a bottle.
Yeah. The more that I get into it, and I think like that initial hit of oak and barrel, once I get past that, I am getting a little bit more corn than I was initially. Wow, look at that. That's
interesting.
That's how you do it.
Interesting.
We'll listen to that here in a minute.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, I think that it is. It's better than cellar aged.
Yeah. That's easy. That's easy. Bro.
No, here's the only question that I have in my brain kicking around right now. Would you prefer a Maker's Cast Strength over this, or are you more inclined to get this in place of it?
Are they right in front of me?
Right in front of you.
This.
I think so too.
If they're, I mean, obviously, we have more opportunities to get Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to the store and I'm saying I need some barrel proof wheated whiskey or wheated bourbon, and I see both of these, I'm getting this. I'm getting two of these. I'm getting a backup of this.
Yeah.
If I see this and I have an opportunity to buy two, I'm buying two.
Yeah.
I'm getting a backup of this.
Yeah. This is one of those that I'm curious how it holds up in cocktails.
I think it would show.
I think it would too.
I think this would make a fantastic old fashioned. Yeah. Can you remind me every time we do a review to go, would you get a backup of this? Because I think that's a big.
Okay. Yeah. Let's play a game.
Lots of dog editing today. Sorry.
Dog or teenager?
Teenager coming to the door. Dog is running to
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in terms of, the running.
Yes. Please remind me to say whether I'll get a backup, because that's kind of, I feel like that's a good.
It's a good benchmark for.
It's a good benchmark. That's good. I would get a backup of this.
Now, that was just my third sip.
I've smelled this probably more than I've tasted.
Yeah. I'm starting to get like, and I know the reason that I'm pulling this is because it's so fresh still for me. Like smoked meats, like mesquite smoke
Like
on
hickory?
more mesquite on the palate.
I can see that. I mean, to me, it's like almost like a sweet barbecue rub, but you got the smoky notes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, sweet barbecue. Oh, God, it still smells like bourbon bread pudding to me. I mean, and I love that.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess we got to put it through its paces. We got to give it the old
microscope.
The old razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle.
That's not what I meant. Anyway.
I like it. Razzle dazzle.
Nose, palate, finish, and price are the four categories that we determine the quality or whatever of a whiskey on the show. Each category is out of 5. Final score is out of 20. What do you think about the nose? This is our first review of 2024, by the way.
Yeah, you didn't even want to review the last stuff. You just said, this sucks.
Again, listen to that episode.
Yeah, for real.
Please.
On the nose.
We need the ad revenue.
I love the nose on this.
I really do too.
I'm giving it a 4.
I'm giving it a 4.5.
Man.
I think it's deep. I think it's complex. I think that it's everything that we wanted Larceny Barrel Proof to be in the first place. and you know, we have the benefit of recency bias, I guess, because when we did our best of episode and we compared C923 to A120,
yeah,
right? Comparatively, it is remarkable over, I mean, this is now the 13th batch.
It's great. Yeah.
Of Larceny Barrel Proof, how far it has come.
It's insane.
I'm genuinely so impressed by this. And it doesn't even, A120 doesn't even hold a candle to how vibrant of a bourbon this is. Oh, it makes me want to go to Heaven Hill.
God, we need
a Bardstown day.
I was going to say, I need a Bardstown day. I need get up in the morning, get some breakfast, and then hit up every distillery, grab a cocktail, grab some neat pours, spend a little money at the gift shops. That's a Bardstown day. You get cocktails, you get neat pours, you go to Willett, and you have a egg salad sandwich.
Oh.
You get some pours, and then the bartender goes, I'd go downstairs because there's an 8 here. And then you go to Bardstown Bourbon Company. You go to, that's the best day.
I do love that they have a bar at Heaven Hill now.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's a great
brothers?
Bar.
Yeah.
4 brothers? 5 brothers?
5 brothers.
5 of them.
Yeah. 5 Brothers whiskey, by the way, that bourbon, not good.
No. Go to the bar, though.
Have we ever talked about that on the podcast?
Did we review it?
Well, I don't know if we actually reviewed it, but Darren sent us a sample of it. And it was bad.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
Bad bourbon.
This, though. Yeah. What are you giving it on the palate, though?
I'm going to give it a 3.5. I think this is... What?
What?
Just kidding. Oh.
How dare you, sir?
How dare you? I think I lose a little bit of the bourbon bread pudding on the palate. Just let me get to the finish.
Yeah, I agree that I lose a little bit of that bread pudding, but it's being replaced by like this smoky Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce that I'm not upset about, and I think is just so unique for a wheated bourbon.
It's true. That is very unique for a wheated bourbon.
And it's again, it's so robust. It's so it just packs such a punch to me that it doesn't really bother me that there is that much of a difference between the nose and the palate. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
You better.
I do.
Okay. You better.
I'm still giving it a 4.
I mean, 0.5 more than me. Come on.
I mean, I was really debating between a 4 and a 4.5, but in my heart of hearts, I have to give it a 4.
Ask me about the finish.
But the finish, though, do you want to say it together? 3, 2, 1, 5. 5 for days. The finish, all I want to do is just keep going back so I can drink it again.
Exactly.
I mean, it is robust, and it is long, and it has just
thick.
It's thick, and it's got the Kentucky hug, and it's just like it's everything that I wanted Larceny Barrel Proof to be when it first came out.
Yeah. 5 all day long.
And I mean, at $65 a bottle,
5 on the price.
5 on the price.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a 18.5 out of 20 for me.
17.5.
What a start to the year.
Boom!
To get it not almost perfect, but a really
Close.
high score from both of us. I mean, look, A124 Elijah Craig, you better be good.
Yeah.
You better be something worthwhile.
You got a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
Because this is good.
Holy moly. I'm so happy that Heaven Hill continues to be the most consistently good distillery out there.
I'm just glad that they kept working on the Larceny.
Yeah.
Because as a weeded fanboy, I will say I am. I love weeded bourbon. It was hard in the beginning.
Yeah.
Getting a barrel proof Larceny and being like, I don't really like this. Now I'm all into it.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm so happy that they kept working on it and they put out a product that tastes like it's 15 years old.
If it is, I don't know. I think it's more than likely a higher floor on the rickhouse than anything. But regardless, I mean, this is like the winning formula for me.
Yeah.
And here's the other aspect of this too that I hadn't even really considered until this moment. Even if this is like the gold standard for what Larceny Barrel Proof should be, that doesn't mean that I don't want the next 2 batches this year to be as good, if not better, or even different. You know, I don't want everything to be exactly the same.
I want it to be better.
I just want it to be, I want it to be its own thing. I want it to be good. I want it to be, okay, fine.
Could you imagine we get one better than this?
I don't know how we would.
Well, we might.
We might. You're right.
We'll see.
Okay.
I want it.
You don't have to yell at me.
I'm not. I'm just excited. I'm excited about whiskey.
I'm not Max Shapira.
I'm excited about whiskey.
I am too. It's a good way to kick off the year.
It is. I like it.
Well,
apparently we have a barrel ring.
We have a barrel ring.
Now, after we made people call in.
Look, I just wanted to ask and see if anybody wanted
They know how the show works, Perry. They shouldn't be told.
Listen to last week's episode.
How to do this.
How do we have that few? Look at the amount of views we have on YouTube.
No, everybody's anti-draw.
No likes.
Anti-draw.
No comments.
Anti-draw.
That many views.
Yeah.
That's
don't
insane.
Like Straight Edge, my Bourbon Podcast.
I mean, I didn't either.
Well, you made sure everybody knew.
Yeah. But anyway,
right.
Barrel Rings.
Oh.
It is a segment where you can call in or text in, and we'll read it out or listen to it on the show.
You're on the show.
You're on the show. It's down in the show notes below if you want to find that number. But if you're too lazy and you want to do it right this second, that number is 859-428-8253. How do we end on the same note?
Because we're on the same wavelength.
That's what's up.
That's what we do.
As of 12 minutes ago,
Somebody's on the Discord.
This one comes from Bill.
Yeah.
What's going on, boys? It's Bill. It is Friday. Whoop whoop. Calling in for the barrel rings. Perry, thanks for the reminder. So, let's talk a little bit about dry January. I do not have an opinion one way or the other on dry January. I think everyone just does their own thing and be happy, and I'm excited for that. But I will say something that I have seen lately, which I'm not sure how I feel about or agree with, but there's some people on social media who are basically saying, like, don't do dry January because you're going to put your local businesses out of business. Bars, restaurants, breweries, distilleries, liquor stores, they're all going to go out of business if we do dry January because it's already a slow time for them and it gets even slower in January. I guess I don't know how I feel about that. I would have figured like dry January isn't new. This isn't something that just kind of showed up like, the pandemic did. So wouldn't you prepare for that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm not a business owner, so put that caveat out there, but yeah, it is what it is. I feel like people are kind of pressuring people to drink because of this economic piece of it, but whatever. Part of my 2024 resolutions, if you will, is try to be more interesting. Still not there. It's something very interesting.
You got new
But
shoes.
I got some brain busters with Bill. How's that sound? How about we do that? Brain busters with Bill. Brain buster of the week is, why do we drive in parkways and park in driveways?
Haven't we done this before?
I don't know. You tell me. All right, boys. Thanks, y'all. Have a great one. Peace out.
Oh.
I love Brainbusters with Bill. I don't know. I'm sure that there is some weird etymological reason behind the meaning of driveways and parkways. But
Yeah, I never got it.
I don't know. I maybe I could have looked it up and figured something out, but
I don't know.
I don't either.
Bill, you are interesting because you just got a new pair of sneakers, and if
did.
you're on the Discord, you
You
can
can see
see
'em.
the journey of it. I can't wait to see you in them. And then people talking about dry January and making your local store go out of business. Trust me, I don't think anybody's going out of business because one or two people
because of
went dry
a
January.
month.
No, that's just that's crazy.
Here's my the only thing that I will add to at least our conversation or our points about it from last week. Seeing more people post about it on social media where they're kind of, it's not making fun of, I don't think, but it's almost like not understanding why some people do it and using the this phrase, I guess, against the people who are doing dry January of experimenting with sobriety.
What?
And like,
Fuck off.
I mean, it's no, like genuinely,
Yeah.
like it's so easy to categorize people into us and them. High proof hot take.
Get out
Early high proof hot
there.
take. Chill out.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Chill out. Look.
Like they're not.
Chill out. Right
Look
there.
at that.
See?
Look at that. I'm not saying that like everybody has to live their life exactly the way that you do. But when you disagree with somebody and your first response is to make fun of them, you're not doing yourself any favors, nor are you doing any favors for your argument.
You're a gatekeeper.
You're a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I live my life a quarter mile
If you
at a
know,
time.
you know. Oh, come on.
And if people want to say they live their life
2 quarters,
two
which
quarters,
is half.
a mile, whatever, you know what? So what? You can do that. But don't give people shit about it.
Yeah,
So
just let
stupid.
people be. But anyway, I'm not saying that I would never do dry January, but like my own brain is going, I don't see the benefit based on my particular lifestyle or the research that's gone into it.
Yeah. Or
You know?
do like I did. Do a week
Do-
drive.
yeah, do a week
2
or
weeks
2.
drive. Who cares? Like you
Yeah.
want to challenge yourself to do it? Whatever. Like
Whatever reason you have, it's
You-
fine. I don't, and it is of no consequence to me.
and you're not
what you do.
obligated to post about it either. You think I posted a bunch of stuff about it? No.
No, you mentioned it on the podcast a couple times, and
That's
then
about
we
it.
moved on
Yeah.
because you're
That's it.
here drinking.
I am.
No, congratulations.
Good.
High proof hot takes.
What you just said.
This is a high proof hot take, I guess, for myself. And
Uh-oh.
it's almost a self report of like I should be a better friend and a better supporter of people who are in the same space as we are. But I'm so bad about watching or listening to other bourbon content.
I'm probably
And-
worse than you.
I think you are,
Thanks.
but I used, I guess, the excuse for so long that I wanted my own opinions, or I wanted my opinions to be my own. And so I kind of like for the longest time tuned out what everybody else was saying
Yeah.
or doing. And like I have to, internalize some of that so that I am working on my own sense of creativity or, trying what I bring to the table. I think I've, maintained authenticity
Yeah.
through all that. But I think I'm also doing myself and others a disservice by not engaging with the other podcasts, the other YouTube channels that are out there, because I mean, I feel like I'm missing out on things. So I'm not saying that like I'll watch every single video or listen to every single episode, but I think I could do better with supporting friends. And so, I mean, I guess the high proof hot take is your friends are making cool stuff. Support them through it. Yeah. So I guess that also kind of falls into tips and bits. Yeah. But we can move into tips and bits.
Tips and bits.
That's the segment where we recommend things that we've been watching, reading, listening to, playing, just enjoying over the past week or so. What do you got for us this week, Eric?
Go Bills. No, I've actually got one.
That's it?
No.
That's the only thing?
Well, right now, that's all I'm thinking about. But I watched...
I'll say go Bills, too.
Yeah, right?
That Dolphins game was so much fun to watch.
People be acting like I'm annoying or whatever, but I give you all something to talk about because I get direct messages. I get people on Discord. I get Perry, who never talked about NFL before. He's a Bills fan now. Go Bills!
To be fair, you like that team? Fine, I like that team too.
Because he's my brother.
But like,
he's
I mean,
a Bills fan.
But like my dad's...
You're a Bills fan.
My dad's
Go
a Jets...
Bills.
Okay, just let me finish the daggum sentence. My dad's a
Go
Jets
Bills.
fan.
Your brother's an Eagles fan.
My brother's an Eagles fan.
Go
so
Bills.
Sure. But like if they're playing, like I used to be a Bengals fan, not that I was a huge Bengals fan, but I don't care enough anymore. So if somebody else's team is playing, I'm like, yeah, I'll support them.
Tell them who has the best social media.
Oh, the Bills. The Bills have the best social media account of any professional sports team. Come Sunday nights, if they have won their game, the posts people are remarkable.
Yeah.
They are so funny and so my sense of humor.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, go Bills. We'll see what happens. They play the Steelers this Sunday. The game will be over. Hopefully they would have won. Either way.
Fingers crossed.
I watched the first 3 episodes of Echo.
I have not watched any of it yet.
I will just say, with no spoilers, first episode, amazing. Second episode, boring as hell. Third episode, okay.
Oh, great.
There's only 5 episodes. I like that they took this character and gave them their own little series. There's a lot of actors, like Indian actors from like Reservation Dogs and stuff in this.
Cool. I
really like that culture. I don't know until I finish this how I feel about the show as a whole.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be one of those that great first episode, mid, everything else, good finale. That's how my prediction is. You know how it is.
That's a lot of Marvel shows anymore.
Get them hooked in the beginning,
Yeah.
some okay random stuff, and then a good finish, but not a great show as a whole. So I will report back probably next week when I finish the last 2 episodes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Excited to... I intended to watch it, but I haven't had the chance. Yeah. And I also feel like I haven't had the mental focus either.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to get into a new show. Sometimes you have to will yourself into a new show.
Yeah. I'll probably, time permitting, run through it this weekend.
There's 5 episodes. They're about 40 minutes apiece.
Yeah. I probably will have it finished before we record next week.
Bring Me the Horizon has a new single out called Kool-Aid. It's really good.
Nice.
That's all I got.
I have been playing Super Mario RPG, the Switch remaster.
There is one level that I struggled with as a kid playing, and it pissed me off to the point where I broke a controller.
Really? Which one was it?
It was about 3/4 into the beginning, and like I think you're in a piranha plant area, and I could never get out of it.
Huh.
But
Okay.
I was like 11 years old.
Yeah. I kind of was the same way where I was really bad about when I was a kid and something like this where I would like have to grind.
Yeah.
to improve my characters.
Nobody want to do that when you're little. You just want to be.
Yeah, you just want to play.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I'm gonna play the game. And it's just been so much fun. It looks great. It still is weird and wacky as it was when it first came out in the 90s, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. The story is not as robust as like Paper Mario.
Yeah.
But I don't think it needs to be for the era that it came out in. But I love how musty it is at times.
It's a dusty game.
Yeah, it just feels kind of scuffed at times, but I really enjoy it. I think honestly that's about it. I've just been, in my normal mindset grindset.
Send me 10 reels a day
in a row, and then you don't see it for the next.
It gives me something to look forward to. Okay,
because I'm going to be sitting on the pooper.
Yeah, I know. So, but if you want to sit on the pooper and get some more content, you can support the show at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month.
What a segue.
Yeah, but at $5 you get all the bonus stuff. That's when you really want to get the good stuff, when you're pooping. You get bonus content. You get this episode uncut. You get Pours from the Floor. You get Samply Irresistible. You get Pop Chicka Wow Wow. 2 bonus episodes a week along with the uncut episode. Patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. If you want to send us an email, you can send an email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. That's where you can ask us a question. You want us to review something, whatever, you can do that there. If you want to send us stuff, we have a P.O. Box. Perry, tell them the P.O. Box.
P.O. Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky, 40522.
Yes. Don't expect to find us. If you put that in your GPS, we won't be there.
Yeah, it's a post office.
It's a P.O. Box.
What are you doing?
That's what it means. If you want to get some merch, you can go to bourbonshop.threadless.com. There's random sales going on. Perry puts all the graphics and the T-shirts and anything else that you can put on stuff there if you want to buy some merch.
Yeah, and it's not just like shirts or whatever. There's, art prints. There's phone cases. There were
skateboards.
There's skateboards. There were masks that were up there during the pandemic. I actually bought a Timbip face mask during the pandemic too. I wore it to our
Halloween party.
No, our new Riff pick.
Oh,
was that Riffmas?
Riffmas.
Yeah,
we didn't have masks on the last one.
Yeah, I meant to make like a whole video for that pick, and I never did. Sorry.
Well, it's okay.
I was a new dad. I was a new dad at that point. Yeah, it's been 3 years.
Okay, so if you want to follow us on all social media, you can follow the show at My Bourbon Pod. You can follow me at Whiskey Meat. You can follow Perry for all his personal stuff at PRitter1792. You can go over to Facebook. We have a Facebook group. This is My Bourbon Podcast Facebook group. Answer the questions. Do all the normal stuff. We'll put you in there. We do show updates. Now that it's almost time for the live show, you'll start getting updates there. And then like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the stuff. Anything that you can like or comment or rate, do it there. And then you can just tell people about it.
Yeah, please.
If you're at the water fountain, the water pool, the water cooler,
water pool.
You're at the pool.
That's just a pool.
It's a pool. Hey, tell them about us.
I'm going to take the kids to the water pool this weekend. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
The lava pool.
But yeah, that's a show.
That's a show indeed. Thank you all so much for listening, watching, supporting us as you always do. We appreciate it. We'll see you real soon next week. I got an interview next week. I recorded it without you. Sorry.
It's okay.
We got a joint interview coming up soon though.
Who is it?
I can't tell you. Well, I can't say it here. I'll give everything away.
No, just surprise me. Be like, we've got an interview. I see them pop up.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll see y'all real soon. Until next time, I'm Perry.
I'm Eric.
And this is My Bourbon Podcast.
That's the worst.
Well, don't do it again.
Huh? Nope, that didn't work.
Okay, just stop.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was good.
End the show now.